Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Swaleha Mujawar, MD Psychiatry, and we will be continuing with our Psychiatry MCQ series. So, the topic for today's discussion is schizophrenia, and the reference is the ninth edition Ahuja textbook of psychiatry for undergraduates. If any of you want to read further or look up the topic, this is a good book. So, I have divided the topic into two parts because it's a very big topic. So, it will be better if we cover it bit by bit. So, the first part will be covering the history, clinical features, and diagnosis. In the second part, we will be covering the types of schizophrenia, prognosis, etiology, and management. So, let's first look at the history. The question is dementia precox and manic depressive illness term was coined by your options are A. Eugene Bleuler, B. Emil Kraepelin, C. Sigmund Freud, and D. None of the above. So the answer is B. Emil Kraepelin. So in 1896, Emil Kraepelin differentiated all the psychiatric illnesses into two types. One, he called it as dementia precox, and the other, manic depressive illness. So, dementia precox is what now we commonly call as schizophrenia, and manic depressive illness is your bipolar mood disorder. And I have also attached a photograph in case they give you a visual question and ask you to identify the scientist. Okay, let's go to the next question. The term schizophrenia was coined by options are A. Eugene Bleuler, B. Emil Kraepelin, C. Sigmund Freud, and D. None of the above. So the answer is A. Eugene Bleuler. So Bleuler renamed dementia precox as schizophrenia, which means mental splitting, and he recognized that this disorder did not always have a poor prognosis as described by Kraepelin. Okay, so Emil Kraepelin gave the term dementia precox and Eugene Bleuler gave the term schizophrenia. Let's move on. Now, Bleuler's fundamental symptoms of schizophrenia, also called as the 4 A's of Bleuler, are all except A. Ambivalence, B. Autism, C. Association disturbances, and D. Automatisms. So the answer is D. Automatisms. So Bleuler gave the 4 A's of schizophrenia. They are ambivalence, which means marked inability to decide for or against. For example, if you ask the patient to come in, he will take one step forward, one step backward because he'll not be able to decide if he wants to come in or not. Then autism is your social withdrawal. Affect disturbances manifest in the form of inappropriate affect. And then association disturbances are your loosening of associations. Okay, so these are the 4 A's of Bleuler. Next question. All are first rank symptoms of schizophrenia except A. Audible thoughts, B. Thought broadcasting, C. Voices arguing or discussing or both, and D. Perplexity. So the answer is D. Perplexity. Okay. So Schneider gave the pathognomic or characteristic symptoms of schizophrenia, which are called as first rank symptoms of schizophrenia. And don't worry, it looks like a very long list, but it's easy because we'll divide it. Okay, so just first three, if you look at them, all three of them are voices. Voices speaking out the thoughts aloud, voices arguing, voices commenting. So first three are voices. 5, 6, 7 are thought phenomena, thought withdrawal, thought insertion, and thought broadcasting. Then 8, 9, 10 are made phenomena, made volition, made affect, and made impulse. So you have three voices, three thought, and three made. What is left is somatic passivity and delusional perception. Okay, so just remember these 11 first rank symptoms of schizophrenia. Now let's move on to the clinical features. So delusion is a feeling of loss of sensation, B, not able to get proper answer, C, false belief, and D, uncomfortable sensation. So the answer is C, false belief. So the textbook definition of delusion is delusions are false, unshakable beliefs which are not in keeping with the patient's socio-cultural and educational background. Okay, so they are false, unshakable beliefs and they are not in keeping with the socio-cultural background of the patient. Okay, so this is your delusion, which is one of the fundamental symptoms of schizophrenia. Now, the other way that they can ask this question is a false belief unexplained by reality shared by a number of people is. So, your options are superstition, illusion, delusion, or obsession. So, the answer is superstition. Why? Because delusions are false, unshakable belief not in keeping with the socio cultural background. And here you can see that it is shared by a number of people. So the socio-cultural aspect of it is not there. So that's why it is not a delusion, it's a superstition. Now, next, delusions in clear consciousness are seen in A. Dementia, B. Delirium, C. Schizophrenia, and D. Neurosis. So, the answer is simple schizophrenia. So, the common delusions seen in schizophrenia are delusion of persecution, that is, people are against me, trying to harm me, or trying to kill me. Then, delusion of reference, which means that the patient feels that people are talking about me behind my back. Delusion of grandiose is I have godlike power, I have a lot of money, power. So this is your grandiosity. Then delusion of control, that is the patient feels that they are being controlled by an external force, which might be known or unknown. Then somatic or hypochondriacal delusions, in which they have bodily sensations. So these are the schizophrenia symptoms in which delusions and the types of delusions are seen. Now, next, a person quarrels and hits his neighbor. The next day, he starts feeling that he is being followed by the police and they may arrest him. So, this is the persecutory delusion. He also feels that his neighbors are controlling him by radio waves. So, diagnosis is A. Delusion of persecution, B. Schizophrenia, C. Passivity, and D. Thought insertion. So the answer is obviously schizophrenia. Now, if they would have asked the phenomena is called, then the answer would have been A. But if they ask diagnosis, answer will be B. So just pay attention to what the question is and what they're asking. Now, another case, a 29-year-old male was brought to the OPD with change in his behavior. He was suspicious that people are trying to conspire against him, though his father states that there is no reason for his fear. So it's a false belief. He is getting hallucinations of voices commenting on his actions. What is the most probable diagnosis? Delirium tremens, alcohol-induced psychosis, schizophrenia, and delusional disorder. So the answer is schizophrenia. So why? Because this patient has delusions and also hallucinations, and there is no mention of any alcohol intake by the patient. So it can't be delirium tremens or alcohol-induced psychosis. And in delusional disorder, there is only delusion. There is no hallucinations. So that's why the answer is schizophrenia. Now, what are hallucinations? They are perceptions without stimuli. They are commonly seen in schizophrenia, and auditory hallucinations are the most frequent hallucinations which are seen in schizophrenia. Characteristic symptoms of schizophrenia include A, compulsive thoughts, B, progressive dementia, C, depersonalization, D, waking up early in the morning, and E, thought withdrawal. So the answer is thought withdrawal. Why? Because it is one of the pathognomic characteristic features of first rank symptom of schizophrenia. Okay. Now, another way in which they can ask you this question is the positive symptoms of schizophrenia include. So the options are flatness of thought, thought withdrawal, marked flatness of affect, and auditory hallucination. So the answer is auditory hallucinations. So the symptoms can be divided into positive and negative symptoms. Positive symptoms are your delusions and hallucinations. Negative symptoms all start with A. So there's affective flattening, alogia, which is poverty of speech, anhedonia, asociality, evolution, apathy, and attentional problems. Okay, so just remember the positive and negative symptoms. They can ask you in this way also. Now let's go to the diagnostic aspect. According to ICD-10, the diagnosis of schizophrenia, the symptoms should be present for a minimum duration of, your options are A, 1 year, B, 1 month, C, 6 months, and D, 3 months. So the answer is 1 month, because according to ICD, for the diagnosis of schizophrenia, at least one clear symptom should be present for most of the time during a period of 1 month or more. And this is according to ICD 10. If you're looking for DSM 5 diagnosis, then DSM 5 says that a minimum period of 6 months should be present for a diagnosis of schizophrenia to be made. Now, then, what do you do if the symptoms are present for less than 1 month? Then a diagnosis of acute schizophrenia like psychotic disorder should be made. Okay, so less than 1 month, acute schizophrenia like psychosis, more than 1 month, schizophrenia, according to ICD 10, and according to DSM 5, more than 6 months. Okay, so with this, we finish with the history and clinical features. Thank you so much for listening. In the next lecture, we will look at the other aspects.